What's up, y'all? This is gonna be my first video back on this channel. Some of y'all may know that I did used to post videos on here back in the day, but I must warn you the quality was terrible back then. So hopefully we can improve that going forward. But anyways, today we're gonna be exploring everything within PvP and Jujutsu Infinite as someone who is currently an Infinite rank player. In my experience, there are not too many quality videos talking about the PvP. So I personally had to gain my experience through a lot of trial and error, but I'm gonna go ahead and share all I learned with y'all so that y'all don't have to go through the same struggle. So if you end up enjoying the content, just make sure you drop a sub, and with that, let's get straight into the video. All right, y'all. So the first thing we're gonna be talking about today is the skill tree. Obviously, there's the strength, the technique, focus, and health. Those are the main four things. As far as strength goes, you're gonna want to go all the way to the end and definitely get these supersonic dashes. Of all the things at the end, I think the supersonic dashes is really the only one that's worth it, just because that mobility is so huge in PvP. Rib breaker I got because I just had extra points, but that's gonna be really good too. And then as far as moves go, you're just gonna want triple kick and eagle style, and I'll go into more depth later in the video about those two, about why they're so good. So for your technique tree, you're gonna want to go same thing all the way to the end, but you're not gonna get barrier mastery this time, and you're also gonna get divergent fists. Other than that, you don't need anything else on the side, but these technique increases are gonna help with your technique damage, and then chanting is just really useful for doing extra damage on certain moves. So that's really good. For the focus tree, you're also going to want to go to the end, except you're not going to get Sparks of Black. Some people can get Sparks of Black if you want, but all it really does is gives you three new Black Flash variants, and as many Black Flash variants as there are already, and as few focus tokens as you're going to get, you're already going to like have things for that. So most of the time, you're not even going to end up using these. This M2 plus space can be useful, the aerial up tilt or grand slam, but it's just, I don't think it's worth it, especially with the other things you can get with those points. So you're also going to want black flash proficiency, just because 130% damage, that's going to be huge. Black flash is just, that's great, does so much damage. And then lock in, you're definitely going to want this because it gives you plus 25% with your focus gain, which is just huge as well. And then after that, you're just going to want to get the health awakening, just because it allows you to parry, which is also huge. And then you don't really need any health increase, just because it barely helps you. Doesn't give a lot of health, so yeah, health awakening. But yeah, that's about it for the focus tree. All right, y'all. So the next thing we're gonna be talking about is armor. So me personally, I run the Eyes of Willpower, the Demonic Robe, Demonic Toby, Enlightenment Beads, and Cloak of Inferno. Now, obviously, for rings, a lot of people aren't gonna have Enlightenment Beads. It's really rare tester item, but you can any of these legendary rings, the Overflowing Ring for health, Tactful Ring for technique, Molten Ring can be good too. Technique and strength balances a little more. Soul Ring, I would not recommend actually. That's kind of trash. But and then the Rotten Ring, I don't have it personally, but the Rotten Ring is definitely going to be the best after Enlightenment Beads. So if you don't have Enlightenment Beads, go Rotten Ring. If you don't have Rotten Ring, then you're just going to want to go probably Tactful Ring. And then as far as the eyes give 100 technique. That's just really good straight. And then it also has this effect. You gain 1.2 times focus, but your opponents also gain 1.25 times focus. So that can be really good. It really just increases the pace of your fight. You can get like a lot. You can usually do your maximum 2, even 3 times, mostly 2, just because of how much faster you're getting Black Flash. And your opponent also gets it, but it just overall just faster paced PvP if you enjoy that. And after that, the Cloak of Inferno is just the best robe. You're just gonna want to run that. And then Demonic Robe and Demonic Toby, I run those for the stats. The stats are definitely pretty good on there. 60 health, 25.8 strength and technique. It's a really balanced set. Gives you good HP, good technique and strength, and yeah. So that's what I would recommend for armor. All right, now the next thing I'm going to talk about is your weapon choice. So obviously there's a lot of good weapons in the game. Pretty much anything. It depends on your skill. As long as you're skilled, pretty much anything can be viable. But there are definitely some weapons that are better than others. And in my opinion, this right here, Inverted Spear of Heaven, is going to be the best weapon in the game, just in my opinion. Now, there's obviously people who prefer Vengeance, who prefer Turbo Mask is also a really good one for the ones who have that. But in my opinion, Inverted Spear of Heaven is just the best weapon by far. And let me show you why. So, you know when someone rushes to you and then starts M1ing you, you can trade a lot faster. It makes it so much easier to trade. And then when you rush to someone else and they try to trade you, just because of how fast that M1 speed is and that swing speed is, they're not going to be able, 90% of the time, they're not going to be able to counter it. So that's a massive help in PvP. Now, just to put into perspective, there are obviously a lot of weapons in the game, and this is just a vague tier list. It's not perfect, but I definitely agree with a lot of the stuff on here. Hand gauntlets are definitely insane. I don't have them personally, but if you do, definitely use those. After that would be Inverted Spear of Heaven, Vengeance, Turbo Mask. Those are definitely the S tiers. Slaughter Demon, I put that in A personally because the swim speed, Slaughter Demon, I put in S tier because the swing speed is comparable to the Inverted Spear of Heaven. So it has that same effect where it makes it difficult for the opponent to M1 trade you. And then a lot of these other weapons like Blood Sword has a good counter, Impossible Dream has some good moves. Ravenous Axe is actually one of my favorites that I used for a while, but it has slow swing speed. And when you get into the higher ranks of PvP, you're definitely going to want to have one of these faster swinging weapons. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to go over is what innates to use. Now obviously there's a lot of innates in the game, and honestly a lot of them are really good. But me personally, what I run is Demon Vessel, Ratio, Star Rage, and Infinity. Now you can switch that up for a lot of different things, but I'm going to give you the reasons why I use each one. So I personally, Demon Vessel, I use Cleave, and I sometimes use the Maximum. The Maximum is pretty good, and recently with the new Fuga update, that I know that move is really good as well. So Demon Vessel is very viable. It also has a combo extender, Dismantle, which is alright, but it can be parried sometimes, so I personally don't use it. And it also has a Demon Vessel switch move, which basically just buffs your damage, and all that type of good stuff. Some different innates like Curse Queen are more tuned towards PvE, but Infinity and Star Rage are also both really good PvP innates. Star Rage, almost every move on Star Rage is viable for PvP, but the Maximum is really good, and the Domain is also pretty good. Now Infinity is hands down, I would say, the best PvP innate, just because almost every single move can be used really well, and I have seen it used by different Infinite players, and it's just really good. It has a lot of potential. And then Ratio is another innate. It's not underrated. A lot of people use Ratio just because for the one move, 7-3 strike, that move does a ton of damage. Now they did recently nerf it, but it still does a lot of damage, so that's going to be one of the best combo extenders in the game. So that's why a lot of people use Ratio. Now real quick, I'm going to go over my personal choice in moveset. So like I said, I use Demon Vessel, Ratio, Star Rage, and Infinity. I use Cleave off of Demon Vessel because it's really good. It can block break, and it's low-key. It's hard to see, so the opponent, and it's really fast, so it's really easy to get a block break off of that and start a combo. 7-3 strike, like I said, an amazing combo extender. Star Rage Mars, I use this because it is the best way currently to true combo someone into your domain. So if you use that and then immediately domain after, they'll be stunned and they can't dash out of the domain. Hollow Purple, it pairs well with Unlimited Void because you can hit a 7-3 strike, even chanted sometimes. You can hit a 7-3 strike, Red Transmission, and Cleave, and then go into Hollow Purple. And that just wipes like almost all their health. And then right now I'm using Maximum Total Collapse. This can be interchanged. You can use Hain Awakening. That's good too. It gives you like around 3k health, give or take, and buffs your damage and all that. So Hain Awakening is really good. But Total Collapse is also really good because if you use it and dash back, you can sometimes get a purple off while they're stunned inside of the black hole. It's really good. You just have to be careful not to damage yourself. And then Demon Vessel Switch, it just buffs you, self-explanatory, improves your damage. And then Infinity Red Transmission is a really good move. It can combo start because when you use it, it teleports you behind the enemy, and you can start a combo off of that. Now it is blockable, so be careful of that. Alright, and for the last thing I need to go over, the skills. So Divergent Fist, obviously, like I told you before, 10% damage increase to your M1s. That's an amazing skill. You want to pop that every chance you get. Chris Tendril, that's going to be like your main way of combo starting. Like most times, as soon as you start a match, the first thing you're going to want to do is Tendril your opponent, pull them in, and start a combo off of that. And like I told y'all earlier, Talon Strike and Eagle Drop, both from Eagle Style, those are really good moves to really catch your opponent off guard. Their mobility, but they also, like, at the end of the mobility, they attack the opponent. So that's a really good way to combo start as well. Triple Kick is a combo extender, and Rising Kick it can be used as a combo extender or a combo ender. But you kick them into the air and you can dash after them, but sometimes it just doesn't work. So it's not the most consistent. But yeah, I just have that on there because it doesn't require any extra points to get. It's just a given. And then I just have Slay Technique on here. You could change this for like an extra move, like from one of the world bosses, or you can just, I just use this for mobility in PvE. And then Incomplete Domain, I just have it as a placeholder because there's nothing else I want to put there. But yeah, this is about all you need. Alright, y'all, so I got one of my homeboys in the game, so I'm just going to demonstrate a couple of the things I was talking about earlier with the PvP, just to put it into perspective for y'all. So when you start, you definitely want to start out low, and then you want to wait till they get in range, or you can be more aggressive, get in range. Oh, you got his Tendril off first, but that's definitely the first thing you want to do, is Tendril. Or there's other ways to do it. Yeah, I got it. Okay, he should have vented, but I still got him in the cutscene. But that's a good example of a combo starter, combo extender, and combo ender. Right? Oh, he got me there. Okay, so basically, started the combo, extend it with a combo. And then look, now I'm going to show y'all Eagle Style. It's great for combo starting. You just bait them. That right there was a good style. That was, this is another good style. I guess that's a tactical retreat. But yeah, Tendril is your best friend. Start out with Tendril. Tendril takes priority over the majority of combo starters. But if they get something else off, like right when you start it, then they can still take it. But you can definitely block it, but that's one thing you have to practice, your reaction time. So he got in the air, so I missed the bullet. Strike. 17 strike. That's all it takes. That's why you don't need too many combos. That's why I don't like this Chancellor's because, scary. I just got that last black flash on. And honestly, it's better to a lot of the time it's better to get out before the purple hits, but you can always get a cleave off before they escape it. So hit him with 10. Strike, and then depending on how many M1s I do, he can sometimes get out of that. But if I lower my M1 number, then his vent meter won't fill up. Now look, opponents are always gonna. Okay, only in low ranks like bronze are they gonna try to do something. That's how you escape it. right now, so I'm gonna back up the bubble. Central. You didn't block it. See, that's all it takes, and he's dead. So, yeah, combo starting, combo extending, and combo ending. That's the main three things. You just gotta practice that, and you can get it. Alright, y'all, now I'm just gonna throw in a couple clips of me PvPing so y'all can keep on getting that concept. So, enjoy. Alright, y'all, that's going to be the end of the video. Thank y'all for watching. Let me know down in the comments what type of content I should make next, and if you have any suggestions on how to improve it. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.